call the Chandler Law Firm for a free consultation.
Watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Tonight, what led up to a young woman's death in Augusta? On Cameron Drive, a 25-year-old was found on the ground with multiple gunshot wounds, and deputies say they were led to the scene by a suspicious caller. Thanks for tuning in to News 12 at 6 o'clock. I'm Zana Halliburton. The victim identified as 25-year-old Kyla Rodriguez. Her death sending shockwaves throughout the community as questions linger about who's responsible. Your Kaylee Nash has the latest on what we know so far.
Yeah, and after talking with neighbors who live in the area, many describe the neighborhood as fairly quiet, but after this morning's shooting around 1 a.m., the police presence that followed lasted through most of the morning. They also told me that the scene was closer to the corner of Cameron and Libby Drive, and while most neighbors said they didn't hear the gunshots, deputies went door to door asking for ring camera footage and whether anyone recognized a man shown in a photo. One neighbor who lives across the street said police had also been in the area just last month. And that same neighbor also told me that they had seen the victim, Kyla Rodriguez, in the neighborhood before, but weren't sure whether or not she actually lived there.
Thanks for those details, Kaylee. We'll keep you updated all at home as we learn more details. Tonight, the fight over privatized military housing at Fort Gordon is again reaching the highest levels of the Army. Senator Jon Ossoff pressed Army leaders about mold, maintenance failures, and health concerns families first brought to 12 on your side years ago. Your Meredith Anderson has investigated this for more than a decade, and Meredith, this is still far from over.
Unfortunately so, Zana, and that's the point of this latest hearing. This is not about whether Fort Gordon housing has gotten attention. It has. The question now is whether all that attention is actually changing what families live with on post.
For years, Fort Gordon families have shown us what was happening inside their homes. Mold, leaks.
From the master bathroom toilet upstairs.
Raw sewage.
That is disgusting.
Repairs that didn't come or didn't fix the problem. Some families told us their homes made them sick. In 2022, our reporting made it all the way to Washington, with Senator Jon Ossoff citing it in a Senate hearing. This week, he reminded top brass.
You may be aware in 2022, I led an 8-month bipartisan investigation into the mistreatment of military families and privatized housing on post at Fort Gordon. Shocking testimony from service members whose families had their health impacted in serious ways. We wound up having the Balfour Beatty executives come up and testify under oath.
And after that, the Army agreed to inspect every housing unit on every military installation, starting here at Fort Gordon. But in this latest hearing, Senator Ossoff said the problems have not disappeared. He told Army leaders families are still reporting poor conditions in Georgia and across the country. Lieutenant General Michelle Donahue said the Army has more oversight in place.
Engaged leadership, driving our housing partners to ensure that we are taking care of our Army families is incredibly important to us. And so please know that. We have put incredible oversight practices into place.
But Senator Ossoff said this is bigger than one post or one project. When families are dealing with mold, delayed repairs, and feeling ignored, he says it affects more than just their homes.
And this feeling that they're treated by these housing providers like they don't matter, it has an impact on morale, it has an impact on readiness.
Senator Ossoff told Army leaders he wants to keep working with them on those concerns. So for the families who first brought this to us, that means the pressure is still on.
And we are watching it as well. Lieutenant General Donahue told Senator Ossoff the Army will continue working with him and the subcommittee to address families' concerns. We'll keep following that work and what it means for families still living on post.
We know you will, Meredith. Thank you. If you want to see Meredith's past investigations, we posted them with this story on our website and WRDW app. To weather now, we're checking in on your weekend forecast. First Alert meteorologist Emily Acton in the Weather Center now. Emily, it's a thumbs up for weekend plans.
Yes, great weekend in store. It's going to be a hot weekend, though. Right now, very comfortable, upper 70s, low 80s, low humidity. So it's feeling really nice outdoors. Now, as we go throughout the day tomorrow, we can expect to see plenty of sunshine. So great afternoon forecast, but we will be warming up. Starting off in the low 50s for our morning low, but as we go throughout the day, we can expect to see highs in the upper 80s, so roughly 8 to 10 degrees warmer than what we've seen so far today. We'll have plenty of sunshine, so great viewing for Thunder over Evans. That'll lead to clear skies overnight, so that will be a good viewing for any of those fireworks. Just know, if you do have plans to go outdoors, it's going to be a hot one for your Saturday. I'll have a look at what's in store for next week coming up.
Thanks, Emily. Tonight, 4 people with the Aiken County Sheriff's Office find themselves without a job. It comes after an internal investigation into what it called misconduct in office. The Sheriff's Office identified these fired employees as Staff Sergeant Kyle Burkett, Deputy Ashley Meyer, and dispatchers Hannah Lamb and Taylor Cable. Investigators found an on-duty patrol sergeant engaged in sexual activity with an off-duty dispatcher and an off-duty deputy. Investigators also found that 3 off-duty employees went to a bar or restaurant to drink alcohol, and that other employees got alcohol for an employee under 21. Another off-duty deputy is accused of driving a personal vehicle after drinking an excessive amount of alcohol. While there are no criminal charges tonight, we're told the Sheriff's Office is submitting the case to the state to review the fired employees' certifications. Take a look at this. A major milestone for Doctors Hospital today is the final beam for 2 new floors is added to the burn tower. On that beam, signatures from hospital leadership, doctors, board members, and staff. It's part of a $150,000 community campaign to expand the hospital. The expansion includes infrastructure and equipment upgrades that will increase capacity. It also adds private patient rooms. During today's topping off ceremony, an emphasis was placed on expanding for the future.
It's really important for us to continue to invest in our healthcare resources within the CSRA as we're seeing more and more people moving to our community.
Investments for Doctors Hospital also include the new freestanding ER in Evans, which is now open where the Fats Cafe used to be on North Bel Air Road. Nearly $7 million will also help develop a new graduate medical education program to train the next generation of doctors. Big news for anyone who enjoys visiting Boyd Pond Park. Today, 25 new acres of land were added called Wrdw Community Forest. That's on top of the 92 acres of protected forest already part of the pond. Advocates say this will benefit the ongoing restoration of the red-cockaded woodpecker, which is more important than some may think.
Red-cockaded woodpeckers are fundamentally an umbrella species. In other words, if you manage for red-cockaded woodpeckers, if you open up the forest, if you reintroduce prescribed fire, if you make this habitat conducive to that bird, you are making it conducive to pine snakes, to southern hognose snakes. I'm a snake guy, so I love my snakes. But yeah, all sorts of other birds, fox squirrels, quail, turkeys, all sorts of species use the same habitat.
The land was donated by the Dufour family and is now open to the public to enjoy. After leadership upheaval and OIG investigations that flagged staffing shortages in workplace where some employees feared retaliation, VA Augusta says it's rebuilding trust and rebuilding its workforce. Ahead of a job fair tomorrow, Liz Owen shows us the turnaround through the eyes of a hometown dental resident.
VA Augusta spent the last few years under a microscope, but inside this dental clinic, Dr. Nicole Wrdw found the residency offers something many programs can't: volume and real hands-on reps.
Our lab guy's amazing. His name's Rico. He really does so much for us, and he teaches us a lot too. He's very hands-on with us.
The Lakeside grad came here immediately after finishing dental school here in Augusta.
One of the best things that it offers is you don't have to sell treatment. You can treat the patient as a whole. You don't have to pick and choose. They don't have to pick and choose because they can't afford it.
In private practice, she says, care can get boxed in by coverage and cost. Here, she says, residents see more cases, do more procedures, and sharpen skills faster. Training is recruiting, and that pipeline matters as the facility tries to repair its workforce culture.
How does one even change a culture of an institution that has been here forever?
You know what? I'm going to say it. I can't believe I've done it. We're in week 11, so we just had, and data talks. I'm a nurse.
Interim Director James Dooley says the progress is showing up in the numbers. Employee vacancy rates down from 20% to 12%. And he says more staff now feel safe speaking up too.
You have satisfaction, you have psychological safety. We're not robots. Humans aren't robots. So if you're happy, you're going to do a better job.
It also reflects in Medicare's most recent rating for Augusta VA, from 2 stars in 2024 to 3 stars last year to 4 stars this year. For Nicole, the next step is staying in Augusta, moving into private practice. For the VA, the push continues.
The secretary said that Augusta should be the premier for the nation.
It's absolutely a possibility, because I'm going to go back to the frontline staff here. You cannot teach people how to be kind and be nice, and that's what affects positive change. Because you also have to have psychological safety with your veteran. If your veteran doesn't trust you to tell you what's ailing them, or they think they're a burden, they're not going to speak up. But this culture that we're creating here is creating a culture where veterans are going to feel comfortable speaking up.
In Augusta, Liz Owens on your side.
VA Augusta's job fairs tomorrow. That's Saturday, May 16th from 8 to 1 at the Uptown Campus Auditorium Room 3B111. The VA says it's hiring physicians, RNs, LPNs, CRNAs, medical supply and surgical techs, dietitians, and radiology techs. And many clinical positions come with bonuses and incentives.
Well, we are looking dry for your Saturday. Small chance of rain Sunday. We'll talk more about timing of those showers coming up.
Coming up, a nonprofit who helps No Questions Asked could use your help. How you can pitch in after the break. And later, for graduating seniors, their elementary school halls felt a lot smaller. How their senior walk inspires the next generation of students.
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
Well, we're seeing plenty of sunshine for our evening. That'll continue for the next 2 hours, and then sunset, and we'll start to cool off. Right now, we're sitting in the upper 70s. We'll see the 60s by 9 p.m., and we'll continue to cool off overnight tonight, dipping into the 50s. And we're seeing clear sky conditions, so that's really going to help us cool off, again, from our afternoon high of right around that 80-degree mark. Starting off tomorrow morning, 54, 53 degrees. So it's going to be a chilly start, but we're going to warm up quickly. By 11 a.m., 75. A few clouds out there, but overall, a really nice Saturday in store for us. And once we get into the afternoon, things are really going to start to warm up. Again, plenty of sunshine will have us hitting those upper 80s for our afternoon tomorrow. And if you have plans to go to Thunder River Evans or just any outdoor plans, just know it is going to be warmer, about 10 degrees warmer than what we've seen today, what we saw yesterday, and even the day before. We'll see a little bit of cloud cover building in overnight. And for your Sunday, partly cloudy sky conditions to start off the morning. Once we get into the afternoon, we can expect to see temperatures warm up into those upper 80s, potentially really even 90 degrees. Here's what we're looking at around sunset. Some showers and thunderstorms, mainly for our Georgia counties, and that'll be out of here by the time we start off our Monday, leaving us with dry and sunny sky conditions to start off the work week. So small rain chance. Good news is it is going to come around sunset. So if you have plans Sunday, keep them. Just know an isolated shower around 7 or 8 p.m. We're seeing dry Monday through Wednesday, and when it's all said and done, over the next 7 days, we could see anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to potentially an inch in some lucky spots, maybe where you get a heavy downpour with those showers. So hopefully that will help our current drought conditions. Latest drought monitor showing very little improvement. Main batch of rain, though, that's going to come Thursday and Friday, where we have scattered showers and maybe even some thunderstorms. And again, some spots could see a decent downpour, so that would really help us out with our current drought conditions. It's just not looking to be very widespread.
Thanks, Emily. A local nonprofit is helping neighbors stretch their dollars as we head into summer. No paperwork, no appointments, no questions asked. Catholic Social Services has been doing it for decades as the need continues.
A line stretched outside and nobody had to explain why they were there. Every 2 months, Catholic Social Services thrift store allows people to show up and take what they need.
There are no questions asked. It's just free for those who need.
The thrift store serves more than 300 customers every single day, and manager Philomena Mooney has been running it for 36 years.
It seems like the cost of living is getting harder and harder on people. There are a lot of working poor people who are not being paid a living wage, and so this helps to offset the costs that they incur monthly.
Every 2 months, this porch becomes a helping hand.
It feels really, really good. You get to see people just be happy with what they have. Like, a lot of people don't have everything that they need at the time, and if you have it, you're able to give it.
And with summer approaching, the need is only growing.
Heading into summer, there will be a lot of need for utility. People are going to be trying to stay cooler. Very quickly, it seems like right in the middle of summer, we're getting ready to go back to school. So parents need assistance with their children and their school needs.
Mooney says the store doesn't do this alone.
We are just the ambassadors of the people who give us the donations. So without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing.
Catholic Social Services says when you shop at their thrift store, your dollars go directly to emergency assistance for families in need, including help with food, housing, medical, and utility assistance. Donations and volunteers are always welcome. Breaking news just into our newsroom. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp just moved to suspend this. Coming up after the break, it's a bittersweet final walk for graduating local seniors as they walk the halls of their elementary schools one last time. We've got that story and more for you coming up. 1928, the Walt Disney cartoon character Mickey Mouse appeared for the first time in front of a public audience in a test screening of the short Plain Crazy. Mickey made his formal screen debut with the release of Steamboat Willie 6 months later. Well, it's one last trip down memory lane for graduating seniors in Richmond County. Today at Warren Road Elementary, students walk the halls they left behind one last time to see how far they've come. And as your Kayla Lopez shows us, it's also a big moment for the little ones to imagine themselves doing it one day too.
The seniors weren't just visiting Warren Road Elementary. They were walking back into their own story.
It's just like a reflection of like everything that like I've accomplished, everything I went through, and then I could see like myself in like the small kids. I'm like, dang, like one day I was them, and then now look at me.
Seniors made their way through the halls where school first started, now just days from graduation.
It was exciting to see all the kids and their faces and to just think that I was there one day. I had no idea who I was going to become, so it was just a full circle moment all in all.
For the elementary students, the walk is a picture of what's possible.
I just hope that they look at that and say, one day I want to walk those halls for my senior walk, for them to have that goal of graduating from high school.
For the seniors, it's a reminder of what it took to get here.
Keep pushing, keep going. Never stop, regardless of the bad times, the sad times, the great times, whatever. Keep going, keep pushing, never stop.
Grovetown High School senior Zamaria Anderson says she hopes the kids in these halls hold on to this moment.
Whatever y'all going through, whatever y'all been told, this is not the end. Like, y'all all have purpose and opportunity.
Before she goes, one message for the kids still coming up.
Don't allow titles and labels that people put on you to define you. That y'all are greater than what people try to say that you are.
One last walk through the past and one message left for the future. In Augusta, Kayla Lopez on your side.
That is so sweet that they get to do that. And what an inspiring young woman. I mean, really just some great words. Today's senior walk had even more significance today. Warren Road Elementary Principal Sherry Phillips is retiring at the end of the school year. Having served in this role for 20 years, she personally knows the seniors who walked her halls today. It was a full circle moment for her to see another graduating class all grown up.
What I'll miss most about this school are the people that I serve with, the kids. It makes you cry. The kids.
I will miss them and the camaraderie I have with all of my teachers and staff. I love them.
Aw, and I'm sure they feel the same way. You can tell that's certainly a passion for her kids. Emily.
Well, looking at our 3-degree guarantee, yesterday we forecasted 81. We officially hit 80 degrees this afternoon, so another $50 is going to God's Grace Auto Repair. I'll have a final check on your 7-day forecast coming up.
Another career politician.
Well, here's a look at the next 7 days. Mostly dry, and things are warming up. Sunday, 90 degrees, an isolated shower around sunset. But still keep your weekend plans as we go throughout the week next week. Keep in the 90s. Rain chances will start to come into play, though. Wednesday, but more measurable rain Thursday and Friday.
Thanks, Emily. The news continues on WRDW+.
Give about 80,000